everyone. Could you wave at the camera for me, please?
Hi.
Thanks. Let's get started. Today we're going to talk about how to listen to classical music. By me, Genesis Angulo. So quick question. When was the last time any of you heard classical music? Like a week ago? A month ago?
Last week at Opera.
Last week? That's awesome. A year ago, maybe?
A few years ago.
A few years ago, even, sure. So my question, and most of the questions that I get are, who listens to that anymore? Well, Elvis did, and he was influenced by it. So was Lady Gaga, Nas, and even Beyonce. So why do we see this as being boring? Why is classical music boring? Maybe we don't really know how to have an emotional response to it, like it's not really tailored to us. And that would also be true. Yes.
That's why the music be in the nursing home.
The music in the nursing homes, so sometimes to fall asleep or something.
Right.
So I'll be giving you some tips and tricks on how to make it more interesting, how to listen to classical music. So the first one is, we need to get some context. Currently, in pop culture, our music tailors to us. Like Nicki Minaj's Cheater issue. We all knew about it and heard about it. We understood the context because there was so much of it in our pop culture. But perhaps something like this might be less familiar and maybe we can't relate to it. This is Paderewski's Minuet in G. Anyone know what a minuet is? Sure?
A minute spelled wrong.
It's spelled wrong. So a minuet is a dance. It's a dance. Could you imagine dancing to this? And it really wouldn't make sense unless you're these guys. This is George Washington dancing at a party, and everyone would have known this at the time. That's the context of it. So we have to listen for context and not just for music or for entertainment. So everyone would have known this at the time, much like we know the electric slide, if you can believe it. Or the Macarena. Our second trick is going to be to find the singer. So in many classical pieces, there are no singers, unless it's like an opera. Sometimes even a sonata might have a singer in it. But if they don't have a singer, how do you know what they're saying, right? And that's where we find melody. Melody is going to serve as our singer. It's the principal part in a harmonic composition, the air. And that's according to dictionary.com. So if we take that into context, something like this that looks vaguely unfamiliar. Anyone heard that before?
Yeah.
Right. This is Beethoven's Fifth. And that is the melody. That's the thing that we're going to be listening for when we listen to music. So if I were to play that again, we would hear that same melody, and it would be repeated continuously, and we would follow it. Da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. And you would keep hearing that. So finding the singer isn't always a person. The melody is something that's easy to follow, and that's going to be our singer. And they're going to give us the main idea. So our third tip is going to be to feel the music. And I have a quote up here by Dr. Mary C. Lamia in Psychology Today. And she says, most emotional memories are the result of cued recall. Anyone know what that means? It means we feel music. It means we feel things that make us remember other things. Yeah. So what makes our favorite song our favorite song?
It reminds you of something.
It reminds you of something. So we want to be reminded of something when we're listening. We want to hear what that feels like. So when we're listening to music, we're not just trying to listen to the melody, maybe the second, third time that we hear the classical piece. We'll listen for a feeling.
For me, it happens with Forlis.
Say it again.
For me, it happens with Forlis.
With Furley's. da 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 da. Anyone remember learning that when they were like 5 on the piano, and it would play it for you, and you try to follow along? That's my memory of it. So that's the feeling that I get, is me trying to learn something and kind of getting frustrated, and then learning was really easy. So once we follow along with this, there's something, sometimes music doesn't have to mean anything. A lot of these pieces are named Opus 34, Volume 2, Minuet in G. And that doesn't mean anything, but that doesn't mean that the person who wrote it didn't feel something particular about it and doesn't want you to feel about it. So when we feel the music, I would challenge you to say, well, did you feel the same thing they felt? And then maybe do some research and find out. So we are going to be listening with these 3 tips and tricks with intent. And that's going to create greater appreciation in everything that we listen to, not just classical. So we're looking for time, voice, and feeling. And that'll make us a fine art connoisseur in classical music. Thank you.